Welcome back to another Unprofessional show. We are here to talk about Daredevil. I am Justin.
I'm James.
I'm Noel.
Radley.
And let's get this started. So we all finished Daredevil now, right?
Yes.
Season 2, yep.
Both seasons.
Both seasons, yep.
So I heard Punisher's in there. How'd that go?
I heard. Like, word on the streets, you know? Word in Hell's Kitchen, Punisher is...
Shane died and resurrected.
Yeah.
Rick. You can't protect him, Rick!
Rub the head.
Rick, red!
All the
Rick
R
and
words.
red.
I think Jon Bernthal was a great choice, actually.
Yeah.
Fantastic choice. With this season, it was just not about Daredevil, like just more evolution of Matt, but just obviously with the Punisher being in there, it has his origin and his development. It was really split, and
Yeah, and they did a good job with it.
yeah,
too,
absolutely.
felt like.
And also, Elektra got thrown in there. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, the treatment that Punisher got was more than what I expected.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was
Yeah.
more of like, I was like, okay, you know, they're adding Punisher. He's going to be the ultra-violent type deal.
Oh,
You
he
know,
was
he's gonna-
super ultra-violent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you got that. But then when he gets accused and he gets caught and he goes through the trial,
Yeah.
it really, the dynamic between Matt Murdock and Daredevil and what he's fighting for and what he's striving for, you know, that gets into the mix. And you also look at, what's her name?
Elektra?
No.
Karen.
Karen. Like
Paige.
her personal like struggles with what's right, what's wrong, what's right for the streets. Is street justice really
Right.
Yeah.
what we need? You
Yeah,
know,
because
he's-
she was on Punisher's side for a little while. Like, maybe we should just kill all these guys because all they're going to do is get out eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
the
mean-
system. Yeah.
I mean, you see the violence, you see all that stuff, you see the action. You're gonna see it. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the story, like how they tell it, like how like the inner workings.
It's done, like, really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It-
having them interact as lawyers, too, with the Punisher's case, with Frank's case, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just very grounded. It's like, you know, you have your superhero side, but then you also have reality.
The reality
It's Law
side.
and Order with fight scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good fight
Once
scenes.
it hit the trial, I was kind of worried, like, oh, is this going to be Punisher for the rest of the series? Is this how they're evening it out? Because it did go, like, to me, it felt like Punisher, Elektra, Punisher and Elektra together.
Yeah.
But then, and then when, like, they scared Frank and he said, I did it all, I'm like, who got to him? Is he that weak? Then when they
Yeah.
explained it all, I'm like, this is pretty good. This is smart.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not just, So I think he did an amazing job. They did him real well. And one batch, two batch,
Mm-hmm.
all that
Yeah.
stuff
Penny
was
and dime.
penny and dime.
Yep.
Like his motivation never changed, and he stuck to it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stuck to it, and then he ran into Fisk.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens, you know. You run
It's
into
like-
Fisk.
You know, I was kind of sad, like, that he wasn't going to be, like, in the beginning, and then, like, when he popped up.
Yeah.
I kind of knew it, but I was still surprised. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck yeah. Like,
And they took it like right when he got to jail. I'm like, it's like take yourself. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
That cliffhanger. When not necessarily cliffhanger because you can watch the next episode, but you know you get to the end of the episode and Fisk is just like sitting there and you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's the guy who made the Punisher switch, like, to be like, F this case. I gotta go to jail now.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta do some dirty shit for this guy.
I don't know. What did you guys think of Elektra? I honestly thought, like, in the beginning, she was kind of, like, the one I didn't really care for. Like, of course, I know the character, you know the character. But as the series progressed, there was some, like, strong development in there. And you kind of cared. Like, yeah, in a sense. Like, things got interesting towards the end for her.
Well, in terms of like love interest, yeah, I mean I saw it.
Right, absolutely.
But in terms of like how what's his name?
Stick.
Stick.
A stick.
Yeah, like he really described who she really is, and
Right.
that's what she really is. She's a freaking murderer,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and
She's a tool.
yeah, she is, and she, you know, like she was being used by both organizations and whatnot. at the end, of course, you know, that whole cliffhanger, she's gonna be resurrected, maybe.
I kind of
Probably.
thought she like
She's gonna be bad. She's gonna be
that she suffered a little bit because we got the full scope of the Punisher, maybe because of a lot of like talks with Karen and stuff, but
Mhm.
you know, Matt's always dealing with the reality of the real world, I will call it, with Punisher, and then this mystical side with Elektra, and I always feel like the mystical side always gets glossed over and all that stuff. So we saw like them in college and her like teasing him, bringing these people he wants to murder, but we never really get to like fully hash out why she was really super into Matt. Was it just because she was bored?
Well,
And Stick sent her
she sent
to
her
him.
there, but then she actually started falling in love.
Yeah,
which
like that.
She's not supposed to, but
That part of it, I'm like, was it? Yeah, was the love the bloodlust love, or was there actual real love there? You know, I felt like. Well, I felt like her accent always kind of threw me off, but I don't know.
it was weird because he's supposed to be what nationality is he supposed to be? I forget now, but it wasn't.
It wasn't French.
Yeah,
Gosh. Greek.
Greek.
She's
Yeah,
supposed to be
yeah,
Greek.
yeah.
and she has a French accent, but whatever. I mean,
She spent a lot of
She's
time
like
in France.
she's half French, half Thai. I think Elodion.
oh, in real life,
Yeah, or Cambodian. I think.
could be.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, to me, it was, like, straightforward, you know? Like, she was sent there to do a mission, but then she ended up falling in love with him.
Yeah.
And then years later, that rekindled the, you know, the flame and whatnot. But at the same time, it's like they had that conflict. But at the end, she made that decision, you know?
Yeah.
I want to go with Matt.
Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And she suffered for it. So, the story's there. I mean, her story was a little bit deep, but you know, sometimes it's kind of
I mean, out of all the characters, I felt hers was the weakest.
Weakest.
Right.
Yeah.
Of all of them.
I don't think we'll really truly get anything as far as her, like more about her in the hand until next season, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad they introduced the hand finally, like by name. And all that
it's
stuff.
official.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they are the big deal in Daredevil's universe, as well as the Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like two very different worlds. And
Yeah.
in the first season, I'm not that familiar with the comic, but in the first season, Stick was talking to some guy who it seemed like he was reporting to.
Yeah.
So, will we see him again?
Mhm.
Especially
I'm
if
sure,
she's the weapon that they're...
the Black Sky.
The Black Sky, yeah.
I don't even know what that could be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a Daredevil comic reader.
That might not even be in the comics.
I don't know. Yeah,
they
who
could have
knows?
just made it up for this.
Because from what I've read, Nobu isn't even a true... Like, he's based on something.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's not even a real...
Straight from the comic.
Yeah. I guess he's based on someone that was, like, that lived, like, 1,500 years ago in Japan, I guess. Yeah,
okay.
Kagenobu or something. That's who he could be based on. So, but I mean, he's like a small villain, but yeah, pretty cool. Mortal coming back.
Recurring,
Yeah.
Connecting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not the leader, right? He's not the.
No,
I don't think
he's just
so.
like one of the bigger guys, the general or whatever.
Yeah, because
Captain.
that Chinese lady, she's.
Oh yeah, she's hiding out.
Yeah.
In her little shop or whatever.
Yeah, but she's part of it, isn't she?
I believe so. Yeah.
Of the hand?
I think so.
I think she at least knows who they are and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if she's necessarily part of it, but yeah, she's like a crime lord
Yeah.
somehow.
And
She does
who
what
can hit
she-
like a truck.
Yeah. She sells guns, I guess. I think that's what she
Arms
does.
dealer.
Arms dealer.
Well, in the first season, she was basically in that.
She does other things, but
Drugs, right? She was
drugs?
drug running.
Oh, it's
yeah.
drugs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she had
Oh,
all
yeah.
those blind people doing the...
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch
I
of
mean-
Matt Murdock's making drugs.
Well, I mean, she was with that whole crime ring. you know,
Yeah.
in the first season, and I was actually surprised they brought her back
Mm-hmm.
in this season 2 seeing her. I was like, oh yeah, she was the one that had those wise words of whatever. But yeah, she's up there.
They just wanted to remind you that she's still there.
Yeah.
She will play a part later on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't have the others. They're probably dead.
Dead.
I did like season 2 better than season 1, just a hair though, but probably only because we did see
Punisher?
Kingpin.
Oh, Kingpin.
Yeah.
Because when he came in, like, it was just, oh, we're seeing all these people at once, and yeah, because he was great in the first season.
Absolutely. Yep.
And yeah, when he came in, and as much time as they even spent doing his time in jail, how he became the Kingpin in jail.
Right.
Mhm.
It wasn't just, I'm in jail, assume that I got some people on my side, and I got to the Punisher.
He was
it
running-
shows how.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
running
It
the whole
shows you-
jail.
Yeah, and
It's
how he
kinda
slow-
crazy. Yeah.
exactly.
How he took up the mantle,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
or took, like he
Rise to
he
power.
manipulated people. He put people on his side, and he freaking had that dude murdered.
Started
Yeah.
with 2 guys and
Yeah.
just built it from there.
And I'm glad they didn't promote it at all. Like, and all the stuff we saw, we never saw him. It was
Yeah.
just Punisher,
Yeah.
Elektra,
Yeah.
Punisher, Elektra, Punisher. So he was such a good, happy surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was excited.
I
for
guess
that.
it's just, you could say it's a hair better because there was just a lot of improvements. Like, the fight scenes, just the pacing of the story. It's not just one good and evil entity. It's like good, and then there's like the
gray.
allies, and then there's like a bunch of villains, and
Yeah.
so it's really taking off. What else?
And the consistency of it. I mean, like if you look back, well, I mean, when I first heard of Daredevil on season 1, I was a bit skeptical. You know, I wasn't really expecting too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
This was Netflix's first Marvel, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a Marvel series.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, something new. And when I, first watched it, I was like, oh my god, it's like.
Really good, yeah.
It's like it had the
Stop.
action, it had like the ground, it seemed more grounded than any other,
Yeah.
Marvel film out there.
Mhm.
It was gritty, it was
Mhm.
dark, it had good story to it, and the transitioning to season 2, it still retained that.
Yeah.
It's still dark. It's
But it, like-
probably even more darker.
Yeah, it kicked everything up a notch.
A little bit more grittier, but it also introduced like the more mystical side also.
Yeah.
And also it still retains the grounded side to it.
Yeah.
Which is why I think like Netflix is just like the perfect platform for these heroes.
Mhm.
It's
Like
grounded.
yeah, like definitely we're gonna see more Punisher. Hopefully his own. I mean, yeah, definitely his own series. I would think.
Mhm. Jessica Jones was
Jessica
a good
Jones.
series. I thought
I thought it was really good too.
I need to get past. I probably got to rewatch those first 3 episodes and then continue on.
It took me a long time to accept her as Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
It
kind
took
of.
me-
It's
Wow.
different.
She kind of
It's
reminds me of. Who did she freaking remind me of?
She was in Breaking Bad. Right?
She died in Breaking
she
Bad.
died
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Breaking Bad.
She was
Druggy.
Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like the way her whole attitude is kind of like, what's that actress's name?
Kristen
In the
Ritter.
90s? No. I know it's Kristen Ritter, but she reminds me of somebody. She kind of just like the way she goes about things in Jessica Jones. She reminds me of like Janine Garofalo, like kind of like the whatever attitude. Like. So I'll rewatch that. So I just want to see what Iron Fist is gonna offer.
The only thing that frustrates me, and I understand business-wise why you do it, but it's always like Tony Stark. He would have heard about this guy murdering tons of people. He's not going to help out. He's not
Yeah.
gonna- I understand what they're doing. It's one singular universe, and the Avengers are helping the
bigger
bigger cosmic and crazy out of this world.
But it's like,
problems.
are these things happening every day?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the papers.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
reading it going.
Was it like Attack in New York was on Monday,
Yeah.
and then Sokovia was on
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
What a Tuesday.
And then the whole Daredevil season 1 was on Monday, and then the whole Daredevil season 2 was on Tuesday.
But it always does seem like that. Like the movies are dealing with, they don't do the regular stuff,
Yeah.
the street level stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like
Well,
if you
that's-
follow the Nolan verse, he was Batman 3 times.
Yeah.
Joker, Bane, and the first one was Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Because at the end of
Ra's al
Batman
Ghul,
Begins,
yeah.
he gives him the Joker card.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not in between, oh, I was fighting all this crime, and then this Joker guy came up. He's like, oh, 6 months later, there's this Joker guy. That's the only thing that kind of irks me. I'm like, you need to be doing the other street level stuff, too.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like even in S.H.I.E.L.D., they brought Maria Hill in a couple times. So like, okay,
Yep.
they're getting some help, but in Daredevil, there's like no mention of it.
I think that's only because she's been on TV before.
That's
and
true.
All the other guys are too big.
That could be
Well, they did bring Sam in for like one episode of Shield.
Yeah.
Sam Jack. I don't know. I think that's the heart. I think it's cool that like everything's related and they talk about what happens in the movies, but that's like a really hard thing to do because everything can hold anything back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. I mean, but then like you also, I mean, you just gotta think of the scale of things. Like
Yeah,
you got
I mean, I'm not-
got your regular street crime, like nobody would bat an eye at it. Like what Joker would say or whatever.
Like, you think all the Avengers would come out if, like, some robbers snatched a purse or something?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Or is it
Yeah.
the Avengers are in Sokovia? Meanwhile, back in New York.
Yeah.
It's like a little comic book thing on the bottom. Meanwhile.
You gotta think, like, the Avengers, each person is doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And, like,
Right.
they just can't be there,
Yeah.
like, at the
Right.
flip of a dime.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean the thing is though they're in New York too.
Yeah.
Like
That's why, like,
Yeah.
I had to have heard about all this stuff.
That's
going
that's
down.
probably like Hell's Kitchen, Stark Avengers Towers right here. They just walk down the street.
Yeah. Getting his dirty dog from the street. Hey.
But, like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's like,
okay, like, look, I mean,
I must be. I think I'm near
look,
Stark
think
Enterprise.
of the level of crime that's going on, though, in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, think of the level of crime. It's just normal it's a normal day in New York. It's a normal day in the freaking hood.
No, you can't because
I wouldn't say normal.
yeah, because like especially in season 1, the mob is taken over.
Yeah.
It's not just we go out here and there's probably someone got shot today. It's this whole place is ran by these the old lady, the whoever the other people died in
Yeah.
season 1.
And then it was like the Irish, the cartel.
Yeah, yeah.
and-
The Mayans, I don't know.
It's all underground stuff. Like, how is that? Like, if they're gonna retain like their anonymity, they don't want the feds or cops raiding. Why don't the feds or cops do anything? They can.
Because they can't. And that's why
The-
you have
or maybe
superheroes.
Iron Man
Or
could.
they're
Yeah,
being
that's what I'm
paid, or maybe they're being paid, or maybe they just don't even hear about
I
it.
mean, the real answer is there's just no logic to it. We just
The real answer is the business aspect.
Yeah.
Of it. You can't have.
you can't have.
It's
them
gonna
doing
turn into
that.
the Iron Man show.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's like Tony's just like, we've got stuff happening up here
Yeah, they got bigger
beyond
problems,
what a lot of
man.
people see,
You got the
and
street level. You got
we
the
got
other
mobs.
level where they're doing other stuff.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that stuff doesn't happen every day. The big stuff.
Yeah.
What are they doing in between? What are they?
What's Hulk doing?
What are they
Well, Hulk's
doing when
going
they
that way.
went to get
Yeah.
whatever? What they eat? at the
Shawarma.
shawarma. Yeah, like what? They could have been stopping some crime in Hell's Kitchen instead of getting some shawarma.
I bet in the background, like when they're eating all the shawarma, you can like see Daredevil just
fighting people.
Jessica Jones walking by like, what's going on in here?
It'd be awesome, man. You gotta think about it though. Like, these guys are just like freaking normal people, man. I mean, they're
They're
not
more than normal.
they're more
They're
than
more than normal, but they're
not
people.
Avengers.
You
level.
can't say it because Jessica Jones has
It's not
done some
normal, yeah.
superpower shit.
yeah,
And she was fighting the guy who mind controls people.
Yeah.
yeah.
Daredevil, I'll give you Daredevil.
Okay,
There's just a mass
so,
murderer out
okay,
there.
okay.
But
But
super
Jessica
heightened
Jones,
senses.
but, like,
You got hit by a radioactive truck. That's how he went blind.
He's a blind guy that sees better than we do.
Yeah.
but he doesn't like freaking.
And has senses.
He doesn't say it like outright. Like, he doesn't tell.
I'll give you
people,
Daredevil, but Jessica Jones was not hiding her powers
And Luke,
too much.
Luke Cage.
Punisher's
And
the
Luke Cage
regular
is out
dude.
there. Punisher's a regular dude. And freaking
Well, he's a
David
veteran.
Tennant was out there mind controlling people.
The way I see Hell's Kitchen, though, it's like it's separated. It's its own world. It's like its own like.
Its own ecosystem.
It's like 3
It's
blocks
like-
of New York.
Yeah, it's like 3. I mean, like honestly, like the way I saw it in comic books, Hell's Kitchen was just like, or that segment was always separated from like every. It had its own world. Everybody else was doing their own thing. So like, I don't know. It's just like sometimes you can't just like freaking fight crime.
I mean, I guess that's what they're trying to say though. Is like they don't care what's going on. They absolutely
Yeah.
don't. And then like
They
there are people
ignore it or
that
they're
yeah,
oblivious.
and there has to be people that care.
Yeah. Which is why you have Daredevil, Jessica Jones,
Luke
Luke
Cage.
Cage.
I'm just saying, when
They're
Superman,
fighting on the street level.
when Superman comes, Superman was fighting regular crime. Superman can't ignore the stuff going on Netflix. You hear that, Feige?
Well, okay. Well,
But I love the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. My only gripe is the way that it just always ends. Okay, season 1 ended. Matt got his costume. Season 2, Frank got his costume.
He made his costume.
Or he made his
Get it?
costume.
He just
Yeah,
pretty
he
much
got the bulletproof vest and started
Yeah.
spray painting and
Elektra
doodling.
got hers.
Yeah.
The red. Super bright red. Anyway.
I liked.
And then like Daredevil got another upgrade. Like the
Got the
chain
eyes.
baton.
Oh yeah, you got the chain.
Yeah,
baton.
that's
That was cool.
right.
Yeah. That was sick though. I like
Yeah.
that. It's like
Well, he had-
finally.
Well, he had the chain ones in the beginning. Like, I mean, it was like a throwback to his chains. But then, of course, when he got the upgrade from,
I forgot the costume
Melvin.
designer.
Yeah, Melvin.
Yeah.
It was just basically the string or
Forgot
like the
his-
wire thing.
His villain name or whatever.
The
Yeah. Who was supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Which was a gladiator.
Was it Gladiator?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like
He threw buzzsaws.
that was cool.
And he was about to do it in the
Season
comic.
He
Yeah.
did in season 1. He threw buzzsaws at him.
I
Or
like
blades at him. Yeah.
Yeah.
like the I like when he was just throwing the batons, just ricocheting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ricocheting him off. Stuff,
Yeah, that was
hitting
sick.
people. That was cool.
But the chains are. So what is like?
I like
every,
the chains.
The
but,
chains
like,
was dope.
Yeah.
When he had them wrapped around his wrists.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was a cool fight scene.
And then I read when Punisher went back to his house, he got that disc. It had some name on the back.
It said Micro.
In the comics, that's like some hacker he teams up with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like that guy's gonna find some people for him or something. I don't know, but I was like, that has to be
They're
something.
gonna like work together with him for him to
Yeah.
find people.
So,
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
yeah.
More Punisher.
Yeah.
The more
Yeah.
Punisher, the better.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Want to
More-
see some violence.
More batches. So like Iron Fist is coming, obviously.
Luke
So then-
Cage this year. No
Yeah.
Cage
Yeah,
this
but I
year.
mean,
Got
Luke
that
Cage has
guy.
been introduced already, and Iron Fist is probably gonna kind of pave the way for like Doctor Strange and stuff. Or is Doctor Strange this year?
Doctor Strange is
Oh,
this year. Doctor
Huh.
Strange is paving the way for Iron Fist.
For Iron Fist, yeah, because I think that's gonna be into the mysticism side of
What'd
the
you
Marvel
guys
universe.
Think of the trailer.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot,
liked it.
actually.
I thought
Yeah.
it was okay. It was underwhelming to me.
I thought it was
Well,
like it
I-
fit what they're going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I think it's just gonna get even weirder. to be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm waiting for the weirder because right now it's
Yeah.
Marvel's Inception to me.
Yeah, when
And
you
then,
see
yeah,
like
that-
the
exactly.
city, like
and it's cool because it's just it kind of needs that fresh take
Yeah.
in my opinion. Everything is just like good guy, bad, like like the basic like action filled
Mhm.
Avengers stuff, and then we started getting the funnier like Guardians of the Galaxy, lighthearted Ant-Man, and then now we have something just totally different off the wall. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you just mentioned, everything has been straightforward, but with Doctor Strange, it can get weird.
Yeah.
I mean, they have that.
I would put Guardians under that category too.
Guardians did do that, and I
Yeah.
hope Doctor Strange does. do
Yeah, I
that.
think it will. It has to.
So
'cause
that
it
we
wouldn't
don't
be
end
right.
up like because if you break down Guardians, they kind of beat Ronan the Accuser by doing a
But
dancing
dance,
competition,
yeah.
but no one picks on that because it was such
a good movie.
A good movie
in
has-
general.
made you
Yeah.
think of different things like, oh, they could do this and this and this. I
And
hope-
they held hands with Infinity Stone.
yeah, Infinity Stones, yeah, exactly. So I hope Doctor Strange could make us show us something so that we forget that stuff.
Yeah, I think it will. I think they know. Hopefully they know
It's
what
like
they're
you
doing.
got someone has to deal with space, and now someone has to deal with like the supernatural and
Yeah.
etc. Miscellaneous. He's like Doctor Strange. I'll take on the miscellaneous stuff.
Yeah. What don't you want? All right, I'll do this.
Well, who's the bad guy in there? It's not just Mordo, right? It's got to be like Dormammu or something.
Probably it's gonna like really build
They
up
should-
like another sorcerer.
That 007
The guy.
bad guy, right? Got
Yeah,
cast.
and the guy from
And we don't know.
Hannibal.
Yeah, yeah.
He has like
on
on the set pictures.
Nicholson?
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
like
Mads.
painted black around his eyes.
Yeah, I don't know who he's
The
gonna be.
exact name. Yeah.
I don't think they said what he's gonna be.
They didn't.
I'm looking forward to the movie though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course I'll watch it, but
I think it's gonna be dope. I mean, I'm already like, I was excited
I'm sold.
when I saw the trailer. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, but knowing Doctor Strange, like, how is it gonna fit in Disney's like vision? Like, is it gonna be
Mhm.
also funny, or is it just gonna be like a super?
I'm sure there's
Well,
gonna
this
be
is gonna be
some-
like a national treasure. Of
Well, I mean,
Marvel.
Because like the trailer was like super serious. Like, I mean,
was.
I
That's
was
true.
just
Yeah.
Like, holy crap! This is pretty damn serious.
I wouldn't mind it being
I-
serious either, though.
I expect it to be like Thor. Thor dealt with. Now we're going outside the world, and we're dealing with. So I expect it to be a Thorish, but more. Even though it's mysticism, I don't know. I kind of associate more science to it than Thor.
I think
Yeah,
so.
you know what I mean. Like I don't know.
There's more reason.
Yeah, more reason and logic. Like we'll be like, oh, instead of well, he's a god. He can do what he wants.
Yeah, he can teleport. There's this rainbow bridge, and it connects all these worlds together.
I imagine a lot of the Ancient One monologues to us while we see him.
Right?
Doing
Yeah, I
stuff
think
like,
so.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah, 'cause
Like,
he's gonna go in other dimensions.
I wouldn't
and
mind
weird
if they had to
shit.
make me like think a little bit to get it. You know, that'd be something new.
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing I like about movies is
The
when they
critical
make me
thinking
think.
aspect.
All right, that has been our talk of Daredevil season 2. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below, hate us, like us. I'm Justin.
I'm James.
Well,
Radley.
Thank you for watching. Peace out.